My philosophy is that every child can learn and should learn. In our house, we don't say you've got to get up and go to school. It's you get to get up and go to school, because so many places around the world, children don't get to do that. And I carry that over into my teaching, and every child can learn and every child should learn. Try to provide lots of opportunities for my students to learn in a way that will engage them and apply to them, so that they'll be excited and can use their learning in everyday life. My neighbor growing up was a teacher, and she had told me before, Trisha, you should be a teacher. You need to teach. I blew her off. I know, I don't want to teach. And as my aunt said, when I told her that I was going to teach, she said, you don't want to make money? And so I fought it, but my senior year in high school, I thought, well, let me see about this cadet teaching. I get to leave school. I don't have to stay all day. It's an excuse to drive the car, and my parents didn't allow me to at that point. So I took the opportunity, and I fell in love with teaching. I did my cadet teaching in a kindergarten classroom, and it was so much fun. But I still didn't think I wanted to teach. So I started college as a business major, and I realized pretty quickly that it wasn't satisfying me. I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to have an impact. I went into teaching, and I knew that that's what I was supposed to do, because it just fit, and it felt good, and it made me happy. The greatest challenge I feel students are facing is being bombarded from every direction with so many influences, and suicidal ideation, mental health crisis, they're so big, and it's hard for our children to be able to understand and fight through that, and knowing how to handle the dark times in their life. I try to model for my students how to handle those challenges when life really sticks it to you. You know, what are you going to do? How are you going to respond? And I try to model that. I let my students know when I'm having a bad day and how I handle that, because every day is not a good day, and things happen in life. What's unique about my style of teaching is that I create the hands-on opportunities. I don't just have the students learning the paper and pencil, but also how things apply to everyday life. I like to tell stories. A lot of my teaching comes through my stories that I tell, and the kids remember those, and they'll think back and say, oh yeah, I remember when you told us a story about this, and that was about main idea. And so they can remember based on the stories. My greatest aha moment was many years ago when I was first getting started, and I had a student, and he was struggling. This was 6th grade, and he was having a hard time with so much in school, and he hadn't struggled before. Mom and I were working together very closely, working with the child, working with each other, trying to help him and give him the resources that he needed and figure out what was going on. Well, nothing was working. And so Mom and I talked, and come to find out that the child was internally distracted because of ADD. And so through that time, what I really learned was the importance of working with the parents. We work as a team, and we're there for each other. We're there to support each other. I think a lot of times it's like the parents are against the teachers, and the parents think that the teachers are against them, but really we're a team. And our goal is to help the children become the best version of themselves that they can be. And it's an honor to do that. I had a student, and she was very upset, and she needed consoled. So I asked her to step out in the hallway, and I started a video that I already had ready. We were learning about the Panama Canal. It was a YouTube video, and I had previewed it. And so I put it up and went out, stood in the doorway so I could watch my class and be with my students. And all of a sudden I hear, "I'm a man, not a dish." What in the world? And I don't hear dish. What I heard was a different word that started with a B. And so I take off running like a track star, jumping over the hurdles where the chairs and the desk and the kids, running as fast as I could. Well, the kids weren't paying any attention to the commercial at this point. They were laughing at me as I was falling over. I get to the computer. It was a soap commercial. It wasn't anything bad, but it startled me.